Hello everyone, welcome to darkfaetarot. You're joining me on the end of another rainy day in Brussels. Welcome to new subscribers, welcome back to those who know me. So yeah, we're 2 days before solstice and the weather is miserable here still. It continues in Northwest Europe. But I'm hoping next week is better. That's what they say. I have some reservations, but look, I'm going to be hopeful. So hopefully we will have a good summer this year. So without further ado, let me go on to the review that I'm going to be doing for the last month, the deck that I've been working with, which is the B Tarot. This is, the guidebook is by Christopher Hughes and the art is by Nadia Turner. So if any of that looks very familiar to you, that is because Christopher Hughes is a well-known high-level, high-ranking druid. I don't know how else to put it. Well-known. He's also a wonderful writer. I really do like his work. And Nadia Turner is a well-known artist who's already done a couple of oracles, which I'll be showing you later on in this video. So, well-known artists coming together, creators coming together to produce this beautiful Llewellyn deck. This was released in Europe, at least in March or April of this year. No, maybe not. It was May. I got it as soon as I could, basically, because I knew I really, really wanted to work with this deck. So it is one of those box decks, with the magnetic clip that opens like that. And I paid 33 euros for it. I did pay full whack for it, but that's because it was newly released and I really, really wanted to work with it. I just keep saying that. But yeah, I just wanted, I couldn't get enough of this energy, basically. I was like, I have to get hold of this. So yeah, and look at that beautiful detail even on the side of the box. I mean, look at that, that's gorgeous. So we're going to be looking at the cards in here, and I have to say, if you've been following me on Instagram, if you're on Instagram and if you're interested, do follow me, because you do get to see the cards as I work through them. And it says here, by the way, on the inside, it says, did the bees understand the mysteries of the druids, or did the bees perhaps give them access to those mysteries? Isn't that beautiful? So yeah, here is the guidebook I'm going to take out now. And these are the cards. Of course, these are the back of the cards. And let me now move that out of the way. Now, this is that linen cardstock that we have that Llewellyn has created. I haven't edged my deck yet, but I will be doing so at some point. And this is the guidebook that we'll also be taking a look at. It's called Into the Hive. And again, there's no way else I can put it. I am smitten by this deck, absolutely smitten. Llewellyn, just for me, are a producer of decks that really just call to me. I think it's just the way that, the areas that they work with, and they're just a reminder a lot of my home and where I grew up. So yeah, I just absolutely love working with Llewellyn decks. Okay, so what we're going to do first of all is talk about the cards. And I have put my whole deck into order. So again, these are the backs and these are the fronts of the cards. So first of all, what you're going to notice straight off the bat is that this deck has exquisite artwork. Really, really gorgeous artwork. The detail, perhaps you're catching it on camera, is amazing. And you can see there the Llewellyn, the linen cardstock coming through. But, and just again, before we go further, my deck is bowed, and I'm sorry, but it did come a little bit bowed by itself. So I'm just having to accept that. But the cardstock is beautiful. It's very pliable. If you've got someone with arthritis, which I do have, this will not hurt your hands, which is amazing. It's easy to work with. So again, we have the title here. It says the Keeper, which is the Fool. The Fool is the keeper in this deck. And as you can see, so well done with the detail. So again, we have the Magician here. And I don't know if you can catch it, but there is a lot of fine drawing going on to make this work. The Melissa is a Fae energy that has been our High Priestess here. Again, beautiful. We have here the Empress. And of course, you're probably seeing it already. First of all, I can't get over the detail to attention in this deck. I mean, I don't know if you can see it here, there. You can see the flowers and how well they've been done, the intricacies of these flowers. Of course, you're seeing it already. The diversity in this deck is awesome. He's got a whole bee beard. I mean, that's the Emperor. But the diversity in this deck is, of course, very present from straight off the bat. We have the Delphic bee as the Hierophant. Again, I love it. I love this. The way she's got honey pouring out of her hands. It's just, yeah, I mean, a lot of thought has gone into producing deck. This is the Honeymoon, which is our Lovers card. Christopher Hughes talks about the mythology in this card and how honey is seen as part of the story of the honeymoon in places like England and Wales and in Celtic mythology and in Druidry. The Barrow, this is our Chariot here. And this is the Strength card, which again, I adore. I just really find this whole deck to be, the word that first came to mind was gentle. It's gentle, but it's got so much in terms of messages, clarity. The deck is really based upon, for me, the relationship between the bee and the world that we're in, our communities. It's a lot about learning. I think that's out of focus. That's better in terms of focus. A lot about the communities that we have, the learnings from those communities, what the bee can teach us. It really brings together the energy of the land, the water, the air, and fire. So it's a very, very well balanced deck. Originally, I thought it'd be very, very earthy, but the more I worked through it, the more I could see the Fae energy coming through. So, in particular, having earth and air together in this deck is just wonderful because, of course, they're very difficult to mix those two elements. The Devil here with this corporate look, fantastic again. And of course, we have of the fact that, we have, the bee population is under threat because we've over commercialized it. We've taken away a lot of the nature that's needed as part of the food chain for the bees, but also there's been over farming, not leaving enough honey for reproduction and so forth. So, this is that corporate greed, which I really liked as the Devil in this card. In this deck, here comes our Tower moment. Of course, also this deck has hornets and wasps in it, which I loved. If you're not a bee or an insect person, of course it goes without saying this may not be the deck for you. But I love bees, hornets, wasps, the whole lot, the whole gamut of them. So yeah, we've talked about the diversity. I also really like the fact that in this deck, and you'll see it, of course, it was in the Devil card, it's in the Chariot as well. We've got this feeling of modern, and then there's this feeling of medieval, or it's a really beautiful balance of the old and new as well. Here's our Moon card, and I just really found that beautiful in this deck. It's so accessible. It's about the harmony we have with nature, how we see ourselves in that harmony, our relationship with it, this rebirth. And of course, here's the World card. Again, just diverse and a different take, a slightly different take. And these are the different types of bees. I can't name them all. We've got a bee, we've got a wasp, we've got a hornet, and then I think we've got some other kind of stinger there. I don't know. So yeah, again, I love this. And you can see here, it's like, the lamp it's just amazing. Something's here has fallen. So maybe this is from the Hermit. I don't know if it's from the Hermit. No, it's the Beekeeper's. Sorry, it's the Beekeeper's items. Isn't that amazing? He's emerging free. So again, here's our wands. And Llewellyn does the most amazing aces, I have to say that. But yeah, I just, again, really loved this deck. I loved the poise. When I was putting up on Instagram, I married it with some music, and it was just very lovely to have that theme every morning. I actually felt like I was going into my own mystery and my own, I don't know, like fantasy world. I don't know how else to put it. So yeah. So also this deck, the other thing I wanted to mention is here we have a lot of summer vibes, right? We have a lot of summer. Here, this is more autumnal. These are asters, and this deep dark green energy. Again, we're back in the forest, more spring-like here. And so this deck, the other part of it that I really, really loved was the fact that it is all year round, and we're going to see that as we go through the deck. It is very much well balanced in terms of seasons. Beautiful princess. It's nice actually to see decks that are reflecting the world that we live in and really beautifully combining that with this lore of like Celtic and Druidry, which I just can't get enough of. Basically, I just love it. And look at that. That I think that's some kind of a bobtail cat. Queen of Wands. Here's our king. I love the tree that's alight there, ablaze. His throne, you know, it's a contained blaze, right? It's not like it's running rampant. And that's what I love. He is able to contain that energy. He owns that energy. Here's our Ace of Jars, our Ace of Cups. I loved this when I saw the Two of Jars, the Two of Cups. I loved, again, that we have now body diversity. She's this beautiful bride. I love this interplay and what's going on here. Of course, there's a story behind it. So again, you know, we're really tapping into mythology, lore, the stories that go into matrimony and so forth. I just think it's wonderful. Here's our Three of Cups, our Three of Jars, Four of Jars. This is the honey pot that's in the Ace of Pentacles. We're going to see that later. Again, I love it. How he is, you know, there's an opportunity of abundance coming through, but he's missing it kind of thing. And he's obviously lost in thought. It's all spilling out. Here comes our Five of Cups, our Five of Jars. Again, beautiful rendition. One of my favorite Five of Cups, I think, ever. And look at the trees around her. So again, we have this autumnal feel sometimes. That's very autumnal. Here's a Six of Jars. Again, I love this. I love the play here going on. Seven of Cups. Decisions and choices, but delusions as well. Here's our Eight of Jars. Moving on. Going on to something else. Leaving behind. Again, and he's left behind his beekeeper's outfit. Here's our Nine of Jars, her Nine of Cups, how she takes care of the bounty. You know, she's grateful for the bounty, which is wonderful to see. Again, we have a summer rendition here again, but late summer now. You can tell from the blooms. And here we have our Ten of Jars. Again, I love this. Just so gentle. And they're in the grove. It's so safe. It's harmonious. Here's our Princess of Cups. Isn't that lovely? Sorry, out of focus. There we go. That's better. Isn't that lovely? Here's our Prince of Cups. They're by the shore, of course, to reflect the waters. And here's our Queen of Cups. I just think this is wonderful. There's a mist coming through. And here's our King of Cups. Yeah. I love that feeling that they're on the shores. It really feels like Wales to me, actually. Okay, so here's our Ace of Swords. And yeah, and we're now near the end. Lovely rendition of the Two of Swords. Very different take in some ways. Here's our Three of Swords. I really like this one because it was, yeah, and we've got hornets eating at the meat. Four of Swords. Beautiful Four of Swords. And here's our Five. Destruction. No one wins. Our Six of Swords. Moving on. Again, the wreath. Beautifully done. Seven of Swords. Yeah, betrayal. So it's a follow on from the Five there. And here's our Eight of Swords. Wow. Wow. Now we think we're stuck, but there is a way out. That's what it's about. There is a way. And again, you can see here, right, that we have a change in climate going on. Here's our Nine of Swords, the beekeeper. Sad, hurt. I love the quilt. It's got all these bees on it. There you go. Here's our Ten of Swords. Finally, ruin. Absolute ruin. Yeah, we have the sun here, rising or setting. Rising, I always see it as a rising sun. Here's our Princess of Swords. She's still stalking me. She was stalking me last year. She's stalking me this year. Oh, beautifully done. And then here's our Prince of Swords. So this is very summary again. And our Queen of Swords. Here's our King. Now we have the purples and we have the lavender coming through. So here's our Ace of Pentacles, very autumnal, beautifully done. There's the jar that's present also in the Four of Cups, the Four of Jars. Here's a Two of Pentacles. See, now we're into the snowy part, the wintry part, Two of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles, beautiful again. Stained glass window. Again, I love the diversity here. Four of Pentacles, the beekeeper. Trying to keep everything safe. Trying to save things, but you can't move. Here comes our Five of Pentacles. You can see the rain there now. We're very into an autumn, wintry setting. Six of Pentacles. There is harvest, there is bounty. Seven, she's being patient with the fruits of her labor. Beautiful again, you can see in snow scene. I love the hat that she's wearing. Our Eight of Pentacles, toiling away. And here's our Nine. Isn't that beautiful? And a Nine of Pentacles in a snowy scene. I love this card. Again, one of my favorite Nine of Pentacles ever, I think. Here's our Ten of Pentacles, our legacy. Beautiful, huh? Reminds me of the Green Man. Here's our Prince of Pentacles. This time it is a wasp, for sure. Our Princess. Here's our Queen of Pentacles. I really feel like that's like the queen bee. That's a representation of the queen bee. I need to check the goddess there. And here's our King of Pentacles. Okay, so we've also had a walkthrough as I've spoken about this deck. It is just such stunningly illustrated. If you are thinking of this deck, all I can say is I cannot recommend it more than enough. It really bridges together so many energies, and I think it's perfect for working with this deck anywhere from like April, May, all the way to August. Of course, it has cards all year round though, but I really feel that earth opening up feeling. That's what I get from it when I work with this deck. Okay, very quickly, let's have a look at a few of the pairings. Now, the first pairing I'm going to show you is, of course, the Mists of Avalon, and that's because it is Rose and Sarah who does the guidebook and illustrations by Nadia Turner. Yes, this is a Nadia Turner oracle, and you know, I had so many people saying to me when I was showing these cards on Instagram, what a beautiful pairing, and I had to say, it's the same illustrator, people. Beautiful, look at that. Look at that. Isn't that stunning? These are the backs. Oh, look at that. Isn't that just synchronicity? The Magician and the Priestess of Avalon. Oh, wow. Okay, the White Spring. Yeah, this is just beautiful. You can see just from a few that I've pulled out how beautifully these marry together. They just are magical, absolutely magical. I loved working with these two together, and yeah, they really sang, you know, they were in unity together. Rhiannon and Strength, look at that, huh? So yeah, here's Bloodwed and the Hermit. Beautiful. Renewal and the Hermit. That's just, yeah. So yeah, I really loved putting these two together. Here's the Wheel of Fortune and the Lady Charlotte, and she's making her way to new beginnings. So yeah, so that's with the Mists of Avalon. Rockpool deck, mass market. Okay, so after that, let's go on to the next one, which I also used with this deck, which is, of course, the Green Witch Oracle. This is by Cheralyn Darcy, the art and the guidebook. Now, again, I thought these just worked so well together. There was something about them that was just harmonious. Communication and justice, trust and the Hanged Man. Again, beautiful renditions when you put them together. I hope the lighting is okay. I might switch on an extra light. Hold on a moment, because it's gone very dark now. We've just had sunset. Oh, I always do that. There we go. That might be a bit better. Abundance, and we have death with transformation. Happiness and temperance. Oh, beautiful. Strength and the devil. Wow. Okay, the tower and energy. So yeah, again, we have this. I think they go gratitude and the star. I think they go beautifully together. That's my take on it. And again, this is an easily available deck by Rockpool Publishing, so it's easy to get hold of. And I think that they are both relatively, affordable. It's around the €13 mark here. Okay, after this, I wanted to quickly show you before I forget. This is a little mini deck by Nadia Turner called Forest Fae. And it kind of like is very much, playing with the energy similar to the Mists of Avalon. But again, I just love this. Look at those two together. Walker on the Wind and the Moon. Wow. The Troll Fae and the Sun. Isn't that beautiful how they go well together? Hedge Guardian and Rebirth. And then Owl Song and the World. And the Soothsayer and Ace of Wands. I love how they go together, so I wanted to show that as well. So another deck that I just realized as we were talking, I thought, let me go and get it, because actually it might actually work with this, and I think it will, let's give it a try, and that is the Woodland Wardens by Jessica Rue. And this deck, again, I love. I find this deck really, for me, a summer-autumn deck. There's something around summer and autumn that they come alive. So the Fox and the Ivy, adaptability, and the Ace of Wands. The Eel and the Iris with safety, and the Two of Wands. Okay. The Owl and Hop, wisdom with the Three of Wands. And we have the Marten and Foxglove with the Four of Wands. Okay. The Finch and the Peach, romance with the Five of Wands. Wow. So again, we have interesting intuition and the Six of Wands. I think that they go so well together in terms of their imagery. I'd like to try that, but I didn't try it this time around, but I think in the future they would work together. And one other, should I do one other? Yeah, let's do at least one other. Which is, of course, our beautiful Season of the Witch Litha Oracle. I think it'd go well with also Lammas Oracle. I don't have that one yet, but I do plan to get it. And let's see how they sit together. So this is Peonies, Reaping the Rewards, Seven of Wands. Stargazing, Eight of Wands. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Summer Berries and the Nine of Wands. I like this. I really like this. Sun Magic, Ten of Wands. Yeah, Hanging Baskets. Yeah, I really, really think that there's something very beautiful about these energies together. And Money Magic and the Queen of Wands. Yeah, so I'd like to give that a try in the future as well. Again, you could pair it with another Season of the Witch Oracle as well if you wanted to. So those were some pairings. I will just now check my notes to make sure I didn't miss anything. So that's it really. I would love to have you subscribe if you're enjoying these reviews. As usual, I try to do what I can. I have been a bit less frequent posting recently on YouTube, but you can also find me on Instagram, where I'm always posting spreads, daily cards. There's lots going on there. And that's the guidebook. Oh, let's go into the guidebook. I just forgot. I just remembered. I'm a little bit tired today, so sorry, but I forgot about the guidebook. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so let's randomly draw a card from the back here. Oh, I've got the Ace of Swords. So the guidebook, first of all, let me just talk about that. It's by Christopher Hughes, and he is, of course, a well-known druid, and he really does a very good introduction to the companionship and the mystery behind the bees, and the land and people. So I really found that beautiful. I found his background a little bit talking about that beautiful, the magical world of bees. He talks about bees in various mythologies, historically, the importance of beekeeping around the world. And of course, then this is also a very beginner-friendly deck, because you also have an introduction to the tarot. Again, you know, as usual, we have about the different cards. So this deck is just amazing. If also you are new to tarot, you can learn a lot from this deck. And also at the back of this book, we also have, of course, spreads, which is also wonderful. Okay, so let's have a look at the Ace of Swords. Okay, and here we go. Here's the Ace of Swords. Okay, so buzzwords. Love that. Buzzwords. It says intellect, mental clarity, truth. The sword hovers impossibly in a sky of blue, and yet clouds move in from the left and right and envelop the sword's edges. Its point is within a golden crown adorned with queen bee. This is the root of the power of air. All clarity of thought, intellect, and genius is held within this card. It is the light bulb moment when all doubts are blown away by the clear wind of truth and direction. This card expresses the untold powers of the mind, both the wonders it can achieve and the horrors it can imagine and implement. Inspiration itself is directly related to the powers of air. It is something that we receive, something that blows through us. But to be inspired is also to be spurred into action. You must now do something to bring the inspiration into the apparent world. Sitting on it will destroy its ability to transform. Your intellect is a double-edged sword and can be used in a variety of ways that are either benign, beneficial, or malignant. Words are formed from the thoughts and are one of the humanity's most powerful ways of communicating what we think. This card warns us of the power inherent in those words. Use them wisely and carefully. Upright, we have the card implies that you have the answers. The card implies that you have the answers you need. Things are clearer now than they have ever been. You may have been plagued by doubts, indecision, and generally felt lost in a mental jungle of your own making. But suddenly something has inspired you, and usually inspiration comes when you least expect it from surprising sources. Reversed, it has been said that this card represents great evil, where inspiration comes not to transform but to destroy. This is a warning to police not only your own thoughts and their trajectory, but to be vigilant for behavior in others that may lead to harm. Miscommunication can have devastating results. So yes, interesting. Sometimes, by the way, these readings also have mythology of the bee in them. So I love that too. So yes, so this is a wonderful guidebook, and I cannot highly recommend it enough. I really, really think that this deck is a treasure, one that, again, you know, if you're interested in Celtic mythology, the bees, the land, you like this artwork, it is just perfect. So thank you for joining me today. I will see you all soon, and I hope you all have a wonderful week. Take care now.